here you have these three resistors in series. You don't have any other resistors in parallel or series in this circuit. So all what you have to do is just add 10 plus 20 plus 10, that's 40. Okay, so here you see between these points here, this one and this one here, you add 40 ohm. This point is here, and this point is here. So you just redraw the circuit, and between these 2 points, you draw 40 ohm somewhere. So 40 ohm, when you look at 40 ohm now, the second 40 ohm is connected between these 2 points. And of course, now you have 40 and 40 in parallel. 40 and 40 are equal, then you can divide 40 by 2. Okay, this will be 20. Then between these 2 points here, this one and this one, you add a 20 ohm. Okay, so you see here we have this the same 2 points, this point and this point. We have now a 20 ohm. Okay, and in the new circuit, look at it, you will find that 8, 20, and 12 are in series. So you just add them. 8 plus 20 plus 12 is 40. So you have another 40. Where is the other 40, D? Where's the other 40? Where do you draw it? You draw it between this point and this point. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so here it is. This is the first point, this one here, and this one. I draw 40 ohm. So in the new circuit, I have 40 and 40. So it will be 20. So you replace 40 and 40 by 20. Here it is. Okay, between the same 2 points here. This one and this one. In the last circuit, I have 20 and 20 in series. So 20 and 20 will be 40. 40. Okay. So now if I want you to calculate the current, what's the current, for example, here? What's the total current? I. This I. So if I said, okay, well, I need to know what's I, what's the total current, the current in the source. Okay. So the current in the source will be what? Here it is, the same current here, I. The same position. This, I'm sorry. It's not nice. Okay, so this is the current. I want the current I. Why I can't draw it? That's very strange. Okay, so this is I. Okay, so now the current, if I want to calculate the current as I mentioned before, you have to use Ohm's law or Kirchhoff current law. Of course, here I can use Ohm's law because simply you can say that the voltage equal 12 volt. And what is the resistance? It is 40 ohm. So you can calculate the current now. The current equal what? 12 divided by 40 is whatever. 12 divided by 40. I believe it will be maybe 0.3 or something. Okay, ampere. 12 divided by 40. Let's calculate it. It's 12 divided by 40 equal 0.3 ampere. So the current is 0.3 ampere. This current equal 0.3 ampere. How did I know the current again? I simplified the whole circuit to make it only one resistor. So now I will have this circuit here. The circuit is just 12 volt and one resistor. Okay, so this 12 volt and the total resistance is 40. So it is very easy to calculate the current now. What's the current? 12 divided by 40. Here, look at this example. If you want to calculate the total resistance, then here you have 20 and 30 in parallel. So it will be 20 times 30 divided by 20 plus 30. That is 12. Okay, where is the calculator? So when you calculate again, it is 20 times 30 divided by 20 plus 30, which is 50. is, oh come on, what's this? Again, 20 times 30 divided by 50. This is 12. So between these 2 points, this one and this one, I can't see it. Okay, here, for example, you draw 12 ohm. So here are the 2 points. Okay. Now in the new circuit, you have 8 and 12 in series, which make it 20. Okay. And then after that, you have 20 and 5 in parallel, which make it 4. You can calculate very easily. So 5 and 20 in parallel, 5 times 20 is 100 divided by 25 will be 4 ohm. Then here, this circuit, if you look at this circuit, let's go back. Okay. How many resistors in series and parallel here? Of course, these 3 are in series. In parallel, sorry. These 3 are in parallel. Okay. So you can calculate them. It's very easy. How do you calculate them? Let us use the general method. Okay, I don't want you to forget it. Okay, so it will be 1 over 5 plus 1 over 10 plus 1 over 4 equal. So this will be 1 over the total resistance. So what at the end you have to flip it by pressing 1 over x. So the total will be 1.8, 18 and so on. 1.8 and 1.8, or you can say just 2. Just simplify it. 1.82 ohm. Okay. What about here? You have these 2 resistors are in series and they are 8. Right? 3 plus 5 is 8. They are in series. And then after that, you will find that these 3 resistors are in parallel. 4, 8, and 8. 4, 8, and 8. Right? This is 4. And this one is 8. And this one is 8. So let us also do it using the general method. You can use a specific case for some way, but let us just use the general method. It's not a problem. 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 8 equal 0.5. And then you need to flip it at the end, will be 1 over x, that's 2. Okay, so this will give you 2. Will give you 2 resistors, 2 ohm. At the end, of course, 2 and 1.82 and 2 ohm, these 3 will be in series. Then you just add them. 2 plus 2 plus 1.82, that is 5.28 or 5.82. And this is what we have here. So you see, first I merged the 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 is 8. And then this parallel. Okay. This 3 will give you 2. And this 3 will give you 1.82. Then the total will be 5.82 ohm. Okay. Please look at these questions and try to solve them and submit them. I will send you an announcement to tell you what is the due date for this assignment. Okay, so these problems are similar to the problems that we solved in this chapter. The first one here, we need to calculate R, this resistance. Of course, we need to find it. How do you find it? Can you calculate it? Of course, you cannot, because you don't have current, you don't have voltage in this circuit here. So I want you to think about how do you find R when you look at this the videos in this chapter. See how can you find R. Okay, sometimes you don't have to calculate it. You have to think how can you find R. Second, after you find R, you have this source here. This is a I believe I did not mention this. This is a 9-volt source. This is a 9-volt source. Okay, and then you calculate the current. I want you to calculate. No, sorry. So this is not like this. This is not 9-volt. I'm sorry. It's too late and I start to get tired. Okay, so first we need to find R. How do you find R? you do not use calculation here. You will not use calculation. Think about how you find R. Second, you need to find the battery voltage if the LED current is 20 milliampere. So here the current is given. If the current is given, can you calculate the voltage of the battery? Yes, of course. You can calculate it using R times I using Ohm's law. Here in this example, you just need to find V1 and V2 using voltage divider. In this example, this is similar to the one that we solved in the videos. And here I want you to calculate IS. Of course, if you want to calculate IS, you have to merge all these resistors in one. So you have to simplify them one by one, 2 by 2, or 3 by 3, sorry. 2, 2, or 3, whatever, until you have only one resistor. The voltage is 12 volt, so I want you to calculate the current. The current will be 12 volt divided by the total resistance for sure. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the videos of chapter 2 and see you in chapter 3. Goodbye.